Hello YouTube denizens, David Storm here with Picklocks.com, and today we have the Paclock 90A Pro and we'll be picking that. This is the 200K club lock. As you can see there, it says Paclock 200K is a 7-pin key retaining lock. So we put this in, turn, pops the lock. Can't take the key out until you put it back in, and we are going to try to wiggle that, make sure all the pins are back and seated. We're going to try to pick this with a 50 thousandths top of the keyway pry bar and one of the Dev deep hooks. So let's get to it. If we can get this picked, we'll also gut it and I'll show you what's going on inside the lock. I use very super light pressure. There's a little click on 1, a little click on 2, we'll click on 3, 4, 5, we'll click on 6, we'll click on 7. Back to the front here, nothing on 1, little click on 2, little click on 3, another little click on 3, a little click on 4, little click on 5, we'll click on 6, and again a little click on 7. Back to the beginning here, anything on 1, nothing on 1, we'll click on 2, we'll click on 3, I think it was about 2 clicks on 3. We do have serrated pins in here, so that's why I'm using super light pressure to try to negate those as much as possible. And as you can see, I'm working just a little click on 7 there, working my way back again. Come back to the beginning and start over. A little click on 1 right there. Nothing on 2. Small little click on 3. Nothing on 4. Little click on 5. Little click on 6. And big click on 7. A little click on 1. Nothing on 2. Little click on 3. 4. 5 is binding heavy. There we go. Click on 5. We'll click on 6. And a little click on 7. This lock, you just basically have to keep doing this over and over as you get past the serrated pins. Heavy counter rotation there on 3. I think that was 3. Nothing on 4. We'll click on 5. Nothing on 6 or 7. Back to the front. Now I feel like, yep, we have counter rotation on 1. So 1, there we are. Got past that spool pin. And feeling my way back through here. Getting some small clicks, nothing major though. Okay, back to the front. Nothing on 1. Nothing on 2, 3, little click on 4, little click on 5, little click on 6, and a little click on 7. Okay, 1 feels set. We'll click on 2 there. Nothing on 3, nothing on 4, big click on 5, nothing on 6, nothing on 7. Wait. Nope. Alright. Nope. A little click on 1. On a rotation on 2. Nothing on 3 or 4. Nothing on 5. Nothing on 6 or 7. Interesting. All right. Nothing on 1, 2, 3. Maybe I overset when I did that counter rotation. Back off my pressure just a little and see if I can get something to set. There we go. And that feels like maybe 4 or 5. And click on 1. Nothing on 2 or 3. Nothing on 4, 5, 6 or 7. A little click on 6. A little click on 3 or 4. I think that was 4. There's a little click on 3. Counter rotation on 2, I believe it was. Or was that 1? Oh, that was 1. More counter rotation on 1. 2 clicked. 3. Counter rotation on 3. 4 and 5, little click. 6. Nothing on 7. Definitely clicks from, those are definitely clicks from the serrations. You can tell the difference between a serrated click and a click where you actually hit the shear line. You feel it in your pick a lot more too. It actually moves a little bit. Or your tension wrench, I mean. I'll click on, I think that was 3 or 4. That was 4. Heard a pin drop. 2. Felt a little movement on 2. When I clicked, I felt some movement on my tension tool. Feels like, which pin is that? Let me count. 1, there's 2. There's some counter rotation on 2. There's 3, 4 set, 5 little click, 6 little click, and a little click from 7. Click from 3. Another click from 3. Click from 2. Click from 1. 3 is binding heavy. Click from 3. I felt counter rotation, but I don't think so. Okay, so 7 feels set. 6 feels set. 5 feels set. What are we missing? Oh, there's 2. 3. Feels so close. I picked this much quicker in the past, but of course, second the camera is rolling, all that goes out the window. Plus having the camera in between myself and the lock makes a little bit of a difference. Feels like a little counter rotation there. Oh. These locks can be very finicky. I found these to be like an 1100 on steroids. They just do not give a ton of feedback when you're in that, between the difference of the security pins and an actual true set. And it doesn't help that there's 7 pins in here that all have, between mushroom pins and serrated pins. I say mushroom, but they're spool. Yeah, 7 of those. It's just rough to deal with. I don't know if the upper chambers or the lower chambers are threaded. We'll have to see when we get this opened and gut it. I don't know if they're just standard chambers or if they're threaded. They feel threaded to me, but we'll see. Yep. Go back to 1 here and check 1. Check 2, a little click out of 2. Another click out of 2, and a third click out of 2. A little click out of 3. Big click out of 3. And a couple clicks out of 7, it felt like. That's 7, yeah. Well, I don't know what's holding this shut because everything feels pretty well picked. Some good clicks. Clearly missed something there. It was 6. Seven is set. 6 is definitely set. 5, maybe not so. Man, this lock can be a pain. Honestly, it seems to have gotten harder the more I pick it. Every time I go to re-pick it, it seems to get harder. I'm not sure why. But in the beginning, it seemed to pick a lot easier straight out of the package. That may be why people pick them straight out of the package. Maybe they know something I don't. I picked this one about 5 or 6 times and thought I would try it on camera. And yeah, it's taking a while, but I'm going to keep at it and see if I can get it. Getting a lot of multiple clicks out of each pin there, which tells me that we're moving up the ladder of the serrated pins until eventually, hopefully, we drop into a false set or just get this picked. Well, there was a definitely a false set. See if we can find which pin that was. Can't get counter rotation on any of these. Could have sworn that was a false set. Oh, there it goes. Maybe it wasn't a false set. Maybe I had it picked and just took a little more turning force than I thought. All right, let's go ahead and get this gutted. Take a look at what we have inside here. I'm going to angle my camera down just a little bit more. There we are. Perfect. All right. Oh, sorry that took so long. All right, so we need to take this out. All right, I know there are ball bearings in there. There we are, the 90A Pro. There's two ball bearings up in here that interact with this when this turns. Two ball bearings come in here and allow this to open. And that's why you can't turn this back and get your key out, because the ball bearings will be hitting the outside here. So they're in that recess until you put the shackle back, and when you turn this, it forces the ball bearings into the sides here and into these indentations here. So it's also not able to be opened with shims. So let's go ahead and get this ring off here. I don't have a ring puller, so we're just going to use this. Should work fine. There we are. And we are currently, make sure we're a little offset. Get my plug follower and run this through. Perfect. All right. Put our key in here. See that? Line up. What happened to that pin there? That's not good. All right, well, let's continue and see if we come across it somehow. We will put that in there. All right, now is the inside of this threaded? It is not. All right, so the inside of that is not threaded. And let's pull out these pins. Here's our first one. Second. serrated pin. Third. Fourth. Somehow the fifth pin got pushed up into the top chamber. All right, fifth or sixth, let's see. There we are. And so, let's see now. That would have been work backwards and try to figure this out. I think this one went here, yes. And I think this one went here. I think that was the fifth chamber. Maybe it was, trying to figure out which chamber it was that came out of. Okay, so maybe it was the sixth chamber that this came out of. Was it? Yeah. Okay, so there's our missing pin. Somehow got into the top chambers. Must have really overset that. It's weird that I was able to push that into the top chamber. But yes, that's definitely our missing pin. We will look at why that happened in a moment. So this pin is very tiny. Yeah, very tiny spool pin, and that has, looks like maybe, no, not serrations on it, but that tiny spool pin allowed this pin to push up into the upper chamber. So when I was picking it, I actually pushed this pin right up into the top chamber, interestingly, which yeah, might have to look at that as an interesting possibility, but for picking, future picking. But there's what we're seeing. So we have 1, 2, 3 spool pins, as you can see there, and the rest of these are serrated. There's a serrated pin, top pin, and another serrated driver pin, another serrated driver pin, and I don't think that one's just a normal pin. So 3 of the spool pins, 3 serrated, a normal pin, and then all of the key pins are normal. Let's see if the Bible is threaded. If the, what is that? There we go. Let's see if the Bible looks like it's threaded. It is not. At least that I can see. Would be easy to thread that though by just going right down through here and threading those if you wanted to make this into a challenge lock. Not that it's not challenging enough, but yeah, you could do that. So there is the Paclock 90 Pro, and there are the 2 ball bearings I was speaking of earlier. The 90A Pro 200K series, picked and gutted. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please hit that like button and make sure and subscribe for future content. And for Picklocks.com, I'm David Storm.